So having said that, I want to share with you that on Thursday night I was privileged to be by a big tzaddik, Rabbi Yitzchak Ginsburg. Those of you know Rav Ginsburg, we're speaking about an individual who has infused himself with the light and the holiness and the teachings of all the tzaddikim that we're visiting in this trip, and many, many, many more. So I asked him for a bracha when I was leaving his home for this trip, and he gave us a bracha, he gave us all a bracha, that the light of the tzaddikim that we're visiting should shine bright and powerful in our hearts. And their light was able and is still able somehow to take you out of your own confines, whatever you think your confines are, whatever you think you're capable of. That's why these trips, you suddenly have more koach than you ever realized, especially when you think you're exhausted. There's a second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth winds that really help us get as much as we can from everything. So if you could open up the booklets to page 21, and we're going to learn a short piece from Yitzchak Berdichev. And I think this will be a very helpful tool for us to continue our mission of defining what Mesirus Nefesh means, like we spoke about earlier. So we all know that in our Parsha, we have our name. We receive our name. We have the name Yaakov, and then we receive the name Yisrael in our Parsha, right after Yaakov has the fight with the angel of Esav. And we're going to look at that pasuk which describes receiving that name. So if you look at the top of page 21, Vayomer Lo Yaakov Yamer Od Shimcha Ki Im Yisrael. Your name is no longer Yaakov. Your name literally means your name won't be said anymore as Yaakov, rather Yisrael. That'll be your name. Ki Sarita Im Elokim Va'anashim Vatucha, which means you have struggled with people and with Hashem. Vatuchal, and you are capable. Vatuchal, you're able to do it. So let's understand what this pasuk means, because wouldn't it be great to connect to our own name? And we're all Bnei Yisrael. We say Am Yisrael Chai, Eretz Yisrael, the land of Israel, the people of Israel, Torat Yisrael. I think this piece will help us connect very much stronger to our namesake. So the Berdichev is Chusya Ginelenu. We're in his town right now, in Berdichev, learning Kdushas Levi. It's a very, very special thing. Thank you so much, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for this tremendous chut. Ha'inyan, ki yesh adam shehu davuk tamid ba'abore Baruch Hu, afilu kshehu medaber im bnei adam. There are those that they are connected constantly to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, even while they're speaking to human beings. Ve'yesh adam shehu davuk ba'abore Baruch Hu בעת שעוסק בעבודתו ובתורתו ובמצוותיו, אבל כשמדבר עם בני אדם אינו יכול לדבק מחשבתו לבורא ברוך הוא. The second type of tzaddik, Rabbi Yitzchak says, is someone who is only feels dveikus while he's doing something which what we call is frum. While he's doing something frum, he feels close to God. But when he's not doing something too frum, he's not feeling, he doesn't feel like he can experience what we call dveikut. So he says like this, Habchina ha'achat, meaning the first bechina, the first aspect which we're speaking about, which is the tzaddik who is constantly in touch and feels close to Hashem, even when he's just speaking to human beings, that is called, he says, that's called Yisrael. The person that, this is so beautiful, the person, I believe Yitzchak is saying, the person that needs to be secluded, that needs to be in an area in his own where he's just sitting there and he's davening and he feels connected because he has no distractions, that's not the name Yisrael. He's going to say in a second, that's the name Yaakov. But the person that's able to speak to people, and while he's speaking to people, it doesn't have any effect on his connect to God, all the more so. It actually brings him even closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That Rabbi Yitzchak Berdichev is saying, that is the bechina of the name which we have, is Yisrael. And I'm sure you and I have come across these two types of characters all the time. Shaila is, who do you feel closer to? If you feel closer, I think about this all the time, if you feel closer to someone who's not approachable, but you know that they're Kodesh Kodeshim, you know that they are so in tune with the above and the secrets of the Torah flowing through them, and you feel close to them even though they're unapproachable, I don't know, that's a pretty, it'd be kedai to ask yourself why you feel so close to a person like that, as opposed to someone who is very righteous and very holy, yet is approachable, that you can speak with them and you don't feel like you're wasting their time, and you don't feel like you're, God forbid, taking them away from what we call dvikut. So back inside the text, in the 4th line, V'bechina achat nikra Yisrael, ki hu otiyot yishar kel, v'gam li rosh. And he says something amazing. The name Yisrael that we're trying to connect to, the letters spell out Yashar Kel, straight to God, and it also spells out the letters Li Rosh, and to me is the head. Somehow Rabbi Yitzchak is explaining over here that these two ways of connecting, Yashar Kel, I'm right away, I'm directly connected to Hashem, and Li Rosh, I can have people come to me. Li Rosh, it's all the same. והבחינה השנייה נקרא יעקב, Yud Akev. Is that meaning the Yud is in the Akev, it's only in the lower, it's in the heel. We're going to explain it in a second. Zeu lo Yaakov. This is why the pasuk says your name isn't Yaakov anymore. Meaning, up until now, the way that maybe you were able to connect was Ishtam Yoshev Ohalim. When you were sitting in the tent, you were close to Hashem. When you were excluded from, when you were on your own for all those years learning in the yeshiva of Shem Be'ever, you were able to feel connected to God. But that's not anymore. That means the Yud Akev somehow here means that the Yud is only by the Akev, it's only when it's in a lower place. The Yud meaning the connection to the Yud, to the letter of Hashem, is in the lower place. But you've elevated that Yud to a higher place. Ki im Yisrael. Your name is Yisrael. Why is your name now Yisrael? Ki sarita im Elokim. That's what the pasuk says. And we understand that to mean Ki sarita im Elokim means you have wrestled with God. Rabbi Yitzchak says that means Klomar Kshata davuk be'Elokim afilu kshata medaber im bnei Adam. You are connected to Hashem even when you're struggling with people. Ki sarita im Elokim im anashim. The anashim, meaning while you were fighting what ended up being a malach, the whole time in your struggle, you were in conversation with the Rebbeinu Shalom. You thought about a Kadosh Baruch Hu, even while you were very much distracted, could have been very much distracted by something so earthly, something so materialistic, like a boxing match with Tzara Shel Esav, which was in the form of a human being. So the pasuk says, "Vatuchal." That's how it ends off. Vatuchal means, what does it mean that you're able to? That you're able to ledabek machshavotecha tamid laborei yitbarach. Yaakov Avinu, you're able to struggle with man, struggle with God, and for you there's no difference. Vatuchal, you can still maintain that dvikut. It's a teaching we've learned so many times. The shaila isn't how close do I feel to God while I'm in shul davening with my friends, or even while we're on this trip in the Ukraine, away from so many of the normal, mundane, holy things, which might not allow us to tap into that beautiful, peaceful serenity. The question is, when you come back and you're with people, and you're back with family, and you're back with all those things that you have to do, is it still the same level of dvikut? Now obviously this prayer shouldn't make us feel too bad, because we know it's a struggle. And we know, and we're going to talk about it more, that when we come back after this trip, we have to teach ourselves, we have to give ourselves techniques and some reminders, exercises, how to not just maintain what we have on this trip, these moments that we just experienced right now, but even take it to a higher level. But in the schut of Rabbi Yitzchak, who lived like this, when he was talking to you, he knew that he was standing in the presence of a nefesh elokit, of a nitzatz elokit. So it seems Vayishlach, to learn Rabbi Yitzchak's Perush, and understanding, receiving the name Yisrael, is that within each and every one of us, it's Hashem is telling us, Ki sarita im Elokim v'anashim v'tuchal. You're able, you're capable of doing this. You and I today are capable of taking the experiences we're having on this trip, v'tuchal, and you can take this back to the world. It's filled with, when I say distractions, I don't mean the distractions that we could afford to get rid of, but I mean holy distractions, important distractions. So Rabbi, we should all be blessed, Be'ezrat Hashem, to live up to our name, to live up to this name, Am Yisrael. And when we say Am Yisrael Chai, we don't just mean that we're physically alive, but we're a people, that we're in front of man and women. We're in front of two entities, the man and the woman that's in front of us, and the Ribono Shel Olam that's in front of us at that very moment. We gotta sing a nigga. We gotta lively it up. Hey, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Ay, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Ay, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Hey, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Hey, Od Avinu Chai. Hey, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu. One more time, Chazak. Hey, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Hey, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Hey, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu Chai. Od Avinu, Od Avinu, Od Avinu Chai. I just thought of another quick story of Rabbi Yitzchak Berdichev. I hope it's okay. But it's an important one. One time someone passed by Rabbi Yitzchak Berdichev, a snagid, and he spat right in Rabbi Yitzchak's face. And Rabbi Yitzchak didn't respond. So some of Rabbi Yitzchak's chevra that were with him, they were disturbed. Okay, Rabbi Yitzchak, you're a tzaddik and everything, you know, you do some holy things, but Kavanah Torah, you gotta, you know, it's not about, you gotta stand up. This is just crazy. You can't let a yid like this come and spit in your face and not respond, not do anything. So listen how Rabbi Yitzchak responded. He said, look, I saw how much simcha this misnagid had when he spat in my face. I'm sure his Shabbos doesn't give him any simcha. I'm sure his learning doesn't give him any simcha. I'm sure his relationship with his wife and children probably doesn't give him any simcha. But how could I take away from him the one thing that gives him simcha? That's what maybe it's like response. So anyway, I give us a bracha. Not to let people spit at us, God forbid, but that when we value our relationships with people, sometimes if we have to be stepped on, not God forbid on someone else's expense, God forbid, and it shouldn't be on our own expense either. But if we have the source of going through a little bit of humiliation, but it gives gives it really gives someone simcha. I mean, it's their sick problem and it gives them simcha. But we're willing to take a Berdichev, a Berdichev pass on that one. Meaning that people's simcha is what should be important to us in our lives. It shouldn't be on our cheshbon. It happens to be which level of tzaddik and Yitzchak, maybe it's something else. But when we say we care about people, is that for us, people's simcha is a very real thing. Just like it was for the tzaddik of Yitzchak and so.